So we touched on earlier about, sports full of highs and lows, but there's something that you cling on to through that and that will sustain you. Would you like to talk a bit more about that? That was the values you spoke about with the young men.
Yeah, because we can all have aspirations to play in the NRL or, to work in the game or to achieve in business or whatever. But I think, you do need a centre, so to speak, and that is your core values, and they're the things that tend to stick by you when you're challenged most in your life. So what I said to the young men there today is, understand what they are for the individual. I know what mine are, and I know what has helped me through the last 12 months in particular, which has been a pretty tough journey. But I think if you can go back to them at the times when you're most challenged in your life and having some core principles and things that have stood you in good stead, then you can overcome a lot of things. I think life's full of ups and downs and disappointments and celebrations as well, and success. But you can't, set out on a journey thinking that it's going to be a straight line. And that's what I said to them. And they might play NRL, they might not, and they might play first grade, in Rockhampton, hopefully for brothers, or they might not. But if they work hard and they respect the opportunities they've been given, I'm sure success will come in some shape or form for them somewhere along the line.
Okay. Speaking about your values, I'd love to know what yours are. I've got a fair idea.
Yes.
But are you happy to share some of them?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think a couple, and probably the three that I can think are most important to me is honesty and integrity. And part of integrity is that not forgetting who you come from. And, if someone was to judge me on the way I live my life or work, it'd be my mum and dad. So if you think about integrity and think about mum and dad are watching you and, they're the best judge, so that's important. And the other one is determination, really deep determination to make the most of what I've been given. And that deep determination finds its way into my life in many forms. The way I'm a father, the effort I put into that, my work, the physically training. I enjoy training. I enjoy that, but it's been good discipline in my life as well. So I think determination to make sure that you squeeze the most out of your life is really important as well.
No dress rehearsals.
That's right. Yeah. Life isn't a rehearsal. I've said that as well. You only get one opportunity at it. And you don't have to be perfect. I think that's the other thing as well, to understand that sometimes you'll fail. And the young guys here, they lost the game yesterday. But they did so very bravely, and they did so with maximum effort, and, they've got to be proud of that,
Oh, we're very proud of them. They've been outstanding ambassadors for the college, as have all the young men for their colleges. Yeah. Tell me, Paul, you're a great man of faith and of family. Yeah. What can you share with us any of your faith at all?
Yeah, well, my faith is making sure I get my 4 daughters, which are teenagers, to Mass every Sunday. And sometimes they're a bit worse for wear after a Saturday night out and that. But look, my mum and dad, I don't know, young people, they think about, mum and dad making me go to Mass. But I think we owe it to our parents to do that. And I've got to admit, at 17 or 18, I mightn't have really listened too much to the homily at the time. But I say, going to Mass for me is about sitting and reflecting on your life for an hour, and participating in the Mass is important, but more important for me is just sitting there and reflecting with my family. There's no mobile phones, it's quiet, and you get the opportunity to reflect on how have you lived your life over the last week and say thank you as well, and which has become probably a little bit more important over the last 12 months with my journey, that I actually say thank you. There's lots of people have prayed for me, and I've prayed for myself at times, but it's also important to say thank you, because I'm doing okay at the moment, so I've got to keep saying thank you as well.
I think what we love about you, Paul, is that you talk the talk, but you also walk the walk. So you're a great inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us and your great thoughts, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us.